Hello everyone, my name is Hades, King of the Underworld. No, sorry, scratch that. My name is Scouse Mouse and welcome back to my channel. Today's Wednesday, which means it's Snapshot Day. And today, Mojang have released 20W12A. Now you'll notice these are sequential. How cool is that? No real information in that, just the sequential. And in today's update, we've got a couple of new blocks that I want to show you guys and a couple of other things that have changed. And the things that are changing could potentially impact your game quite a lot. As to whether you feel that's a good thing or a bad thing, you can decide that and let me know in the comments down below. If you've not done so already, please subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any future uploads. And if you would like to support the channel, there's a link down in the description to my Patreon page if you are interested in becoming a patron of mine. So, without further ado, let's get into it. The first new block we've got is this stuff here, and this is polished basalt. Now, as I'm sure you guys are aware, basalt from an earlier snapshot is ugly. It looks a bit flaky, a bit scaly, and it looks like if you touched it, you'd want to wash your hands. Throw it into a furnace though, and you end up with this really pretty stuff, and this is polished basalt. Ooh. And this stuff has a really cool texture to it. It almost looks like wood, and I think it's gonna add some real cool patterns, and you know, just the way it'll look in builds in the future is gonna be really cool. I really like this, and I like any new decorative block, so I am looking forward to using that in the game. The next block we're going to look at is this cheeky little chap here, and this guy is going to be a game changer. This guy is called a respawn anchor, and he is used to allow you to respawn in the Nether if, like me, you die a lot. Okay, so first let's talk about how we craft one of these bad boys, and the way we do that is with 6 pieces of crying obsidian and 3 pieces of glowstone set out as you can see on your screen there. Now, for those who don't already know, crying obsidian is obtained by trading with the piglins. If you give them some gold, they'll give you some stuff, and hopefully you'll get some crying obsidian. We don't know yet whether there will be other ways to obtain it in future snapshots or maybe the pre-releases and so on, but at the moment the only way to obtain it is by bartering with those piglins and hope they are feeling generous. Now, just making this stuff is not enough for it to allow you to respawn in the Nether. What you're going to need to do with this fella, let me switch over to survival here a moment so I can show you it in the real world. Dink. Okay. Oh no, I didn't realise there was a piglin. No. You know what? No. Run away. This is, do this, and then, right, I've now got my respawn point. You know what, I'm actually gonna, and he got me. Right, I got game mode, creative. Right, go away, piglin. I did check this area before I started recording, and there was none of them about. It's, oh my word, look, there's literally, we're not even in a crimson forest. Where have you come from? I can't even see one anywhere. You're just crazy. Right, before I go back into survival this time, I'm gonna throw on some boots. He must have heard me talking about them, mustn't he? He must have heard me talking. See, he saw gold and come running over. Go away. Right, game mode, survival. Okay, so you kind of got a bit of a sneak peek there because I had to allow myself to respawn really quick. To use these things before we were rudely interrupted, Gary, go on, off you go. Some gold on the floor there, go get it. Right, with these things, crafting them just isn't enough to allow them to respawn. Okay, what you're going to need is you're going to need to have some glowstone, and you're going to click on it, and the thing will light up, make a cool noise, and you'll see it's got a bit of yellow on the front. That will allow me, if I then, with holding anything else, not glowstone, click on it again, you'll see it's not saying it now because I did it previously. In the bottom left of your screen, if you're setting it for the respawn for the first time, it will say respawn point set. Same as when you go to a bed in the overworld. Now this, you can charge it with your glowstone and you'll see the token going up a maximum of 4 times. Now if I fall down this conveniently placed hole, dead. That's now respawned me next to this, but I've not got boots on again. It's respawned me next to that bad boy, but you'll see that it's one of the tokens has gone, so I can now only respawn here 3 more times. And if I let it go on, I'll let you get me. Go on. You're clearly in a bad mood, but not before I get a punch in. There we go. So now when I respawn, it's only got 2 tokens left. Oh my word, this is hilarious. Where is he? I haven't even got time to get into creative, I don't think. Game mode, creative. Okay, phew, that was close. So yeah, so as you can see, the tokens go down each time you die. So if you are going to use these in your builds, make sure, please, that you keep your you keep charging it up, so you have got your respawns there. You can have more than one of them dotted around the place, but similar to beds, you can only have one of them set as your respawn point. So the last one that you've clicked on to make your respawn point, that's your respawn point. Now, another cool thing with these, where's my portal? My portal is over here. Let's go back to the overworld. Through this insanely big portal I made. If I give myself one of these, not there, I don't. Yeah. Have you ever noticed, have you ever tried to sleep in a bed in the Nether? Because it doesn't work very well. It blows up. I've done it in previous videos and you all had a good laugh, etc, etc. Now let's get to a clearing over here. If you try and use these in the overworld, clear this grass away, it will let you charge it, but if you try and sleep in it, you're gonna have a problem, because that is not gonna give you a restful sleep, and it won't set your respawn point either. And that pig is looking mighty confused. He's thinking, what have you done, you crazy person? Another thing worth bearing in mind, if I set my time here to night, time set, let's go midnight, midnight, dink, and we go somewhere where there's no light, seeing as though I've done all kinds there. You'll notice this block is giving off no light at the moment, but if I charge it, it's now giving off a light level of 2. If I charge it again, that's now gone up to 6. Charge it again, it's gone up to 10. And when you put that 4th charge on, it's gone up to 14. So we've kind of got a toggleable light level there, which, can be, depends on how, how moody you want the place you are to be. I love blowing stuff up. It's also worth noting, it will blow up in the, oh, little piggies. Hello piggies. It will also blow up in the end. It's not just the overworld, so please only try and set your spawn with these in the overworld. Otherwise, you're going to do yourself a mischief. Like so. Another new feature I wanted to talk to you guys about was to do with the way that the baby piglins interact with the baby hoglin. They've always been able to ride them, but they've learned some new tricks. Now, if we're lucky, they will show us some of these tricks. Now, there we go. Look at that. How cute is that? Oh, we've got 3. I think that's the most I've seen. Have I seen them do 2 so far? Can the 4th one get up there? Go on, son. Go on. Get up there. No, 4 was too many, but they've learned some new tricks. That is going to be really cute and fun to see around the place. I love it. So let's head back over to the overworld again, and we'll talk about things that they have changed. So, right, let's set things back to daytime and talk about what else has changed. And these changes, some people are going to be really happy about, and some people are going to be really unhappy about. So let's talk about the first one. The first one is changes that they've made, and they did talk about this in a previous snapshot. They kind of put a disclaimer, if you like, out, a bit of a public service announcement out in the changelog saying they were going to be looking at redstone. And what they've decided and what they're taking out, firstly, is the zero tick mechanic. There are farms out there that are known as zero tick, and these farms allow you to grow stuff at an insane speed. Pretty much crops like kelp and sugarcane and bamboo. You can use these very small compact farms to grow thousands and thousands of these things every hour. And they are really overpowered, really, and especially in a server environment, they do cause a lot of lag. Now, Mojang mentioned that this mechanic wasn't an intended use of redstone. It was a byproduct of something, and it's not something they intended. So they've removed that from the game. It seemed from their last post on the last snapshot that these kind of mechanics being utilised can cause problems elsewhere in the game, and that wouldn't be fair on other players. The other one that they have changed is AFK fishing. Now let me show you guys an AFK fisher so you know what I'm talking about. And as it happens, there just so happens to be an AFK fisher here. And the way these things work is you just tend to stand here, you cast your rod in a certain point, you keep your finger on your mouse, or you do the F3 and T trick, and what will happen is after a few seconds, depending on how enchanted your rod is, it will catch something and then instantly cast your rod back out. And early game, these are really useful for, getting some really quite powerful treasures, really. So we got a couple of fish there. So you can get some quite powerful treasures. You can get, books of mending and unbreaking and some really strong enchanted books, as well as things like nautilus shells and enchanted rods, enchanted bows. That is going to change. They are making it so you will only... An AFK fisher like this would still work, but you will only get the more basic things like fish from it. To be honest, you're just going to get fish. So as a food source, great. If you want to have, your treasures, your books, your bows, your rods, saddles, lily pads... what else? Nautilus shells, those kind of things. You need to fish in open water. Pretty much. They want us to actually fish. They want us to earn those treasures. They don't want us to be just going AFK in a little hut and then, in comes a fish. Now, got a fish. They want us to fish in open water. They want us to fish how fishing was intended to be. Now, no doubt someone will put that fire out. No doubt someone will come up with a way around this and create some kind of AFK fisher that can be used, in open water. The definition of open water can be found in the changelog, which I will link down in the description. And you can have a read and see what you guys think. See if you guys can think of, a way around this. Can you think of a way to fish without using an AFK fisher and still get all those goodies? I'm kind of on the fence with this. I do tend to build an AFK fisher. I use the fish for trading in a trading hall. I do like the books and stuff you get early game. I do find them really useful, but I know people who are very much on the other side of the fence who hate them and think they're a bit cheaty, which I suppose they are really, because you're getting really high level enchantments really early game, which can be, make you a bit stronger than you really need to be at that level. There are also in this snapshot a lot of bug fixes. loads of them, and I'm not going to go through them all because bug fixes are not the most fun things to talk about. I'm just going to fish here for a moment, but there are a lot of bug fixes. It looks like this next update is really going to knuckle down on a few things, and hopefully will really improve the game for all of us that like to play and spend our time on here. Reeled it in too soon. So I hope you've enjoyed this little peek at the snapshot, and let me know in the comments down below what you think. What's your favourite features? What don't you like? What are your views on them removing zero tick and AFK fishing as we currently know it? And don't forget to subscribe if you've not done so already. Give me a big thumbs up if you like this, and also, you know, join our Discord. There's a link down in the description to join the Trycraft Discord, where you'll find myself, Mama Bear, Gobspit, and Kusa, and you know, some of our other our friends there. Really, if you want to come and have a chat with us and you know, get to know us a little bit, then we'd love to see you there. So until the next time, my name is Scousmouse, and I will be back. Whoa, underwater. I will be back in the next video. Have a fishing rod. Scousmouse out.